All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, Kahalaim Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostle of this great millstone. Peace and salutations unto the elect. So here it is. Marriage is an honorable thing. You know, it says in Hebrews 13th chapter. It's a beautiful thing. When it's kept in order through the Spirit of the Lord. It's a righteous thing. It's it's a heavenly thing, marriage, and dealing with your woman and having children, and building up a house, a foundation. Scripture said the blessing of the father established the house, but the curse of the mother root out foundations. So as it pertains to marriage, it's a righteous thing. In this world, we're taught to forsake marriage and look at it as something like antiquated or something that whatever. It's not important. But yet and still, you see the importance of marriage in your life. You're supposed really the benefit of marriage is for the woman, of course, but she's being taken care of by a man. You know what I'm saying? She's being protected and guided. See, that's the whole point of a marriage. You're supposed to guide the house as a man, guide the woman, and guide the children. And what you come to find out with this whole modern day marriage is a business that makes a lot of money, generates a lot of income for these courts and these women. Again, going back to the first triumvirate of wickedness, the woman, the serpent, and the devil, which ultimately benefits all of them, and it's to keep you down. So in this world, it's not the smartest decision to get married as a man. It's really, it used to be like a duty, like because we had to leave off of offspring and this and that, so you could have inheritance and land and all this. But of today's world, it's more of a yoke or noose around your neck. And then here it is. Jake has worked for a lot of things, and you're gonna lose them all to some woman. So it's not. The scriptures say this: Sirach chapter 9 verse 1. Be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom, and teach her not an evil lesson against thy soul. Give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon a substance, thy substance. So give her not your soul, so she sets not her foot upon your substance. All right, you let her control your life, and you know what I'm saying. You let her put her in a position of authority over you. You know what I'm saying? She control all your finances, all this stuff. Then now she's setting her foot on your substance. All right. So a marriage is a relationship which work for the benefit of the man, not the other way around. Actually, at the end of the day, yes, you know what I'm saying, we're supposed to love each other, and but the woman's created for the man. Not the other way around, not vice versa. It's not 50-50, like, oh, she's an equal partner and all this. Well, she is your partner, but you understand that she's there to serve you and comfort you. And this world's the other way around. And when you go to the court system, they're gonna hit you up with them fees, and it's all gonna go to her. And those are your children that she has, and she's holding them hostage against you at the court. Asking you for a bunch of money. Which is unconstitutional, by the way. Just like taxing brothers' incomes, man. When you tax a brother's income, that's unconstitutional. You're supposed to tax the corporation. The corporation is supposed to get taxed, not the individual private citizen. So that's a topic for another day. But that's the devil for you, you know. But when you go to the court, the marriage is a business that's being benefiting the women for a long time, and they use it as they will. So it's best not to enter into a contract where you have no negotiating power, no bargaining. So you don't have any leverage in that. You don't have any say so because the court enters into your marriage. The scriptures say, "Meddle not in another man's affairs," especially when it pertains to a woman. That's not your business. Between a man and his woman, not your business. It's not none of your concern. Like Janae Aiko said, none of your concern, man. There's none of your concern, brother. What a man does with his woman, as long as he's not committing adultery or doing no wickedness, that's his woman, and that's his business. I don't really care what's going on, between him and his woman. At the end of the day, that's your possession, your property, your land. You do what you want. The scripture say, if a man, Jeremiah 3rd chapter, if his woman be polluted, if his land be polluted, shall he return unto her? First verse on down. So that's the key to today's world is the pitfalls of a lot of is these women, But anyways, the marriage is supposed to be for us. So give her not your soul unto her, that she set not her foot on your substance. Sirach 9:2, it says, give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot on thy substance. Meet not with a harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. All right, so the snares of this world, right? The script said the adulterers will hunt for the precious life. So marriage is a way to hunt for the precious life. It's a way to get your funds up. You get a constant check, and then divorce, and then get married again, alimony, and all this stuff. It's a cruel world we live in, cold-hearted world. And really that's why they say more money, more problems. Because here it is, the more money you get, the more you understand that these women gonna come after you. But it's not even for love or for you can't even trust like that. Really, you can only trust a woman that be with you at the very lowest, at the bottom. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So it says, Hebrews chapter 13. Verse 1, it says, let brotherly love continue, be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware. Remember that them that are in bonds as bound with them, and them which suffer adversity as being yourselves also in the body. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers the Most High will judge. So marriage is an honorable thing. I ain't saying marriage is a bad thing, but in this world, it's not the best. The scripture say all things lawful unto me, but all things not convenient. Right? Even like the whole concept of it is all for her. It's not really for you. When in the ancient world you got a wife, you got a possession. Man beget a wife, he beget a possession. A pillar of rest like unto himself. So in this world, like they do be spending $100,000 on an engagement ring, marriage ring, just to deal with a woman that's not pure, not she been with other men, all kind of shit. You paying all this money for a nigga that got it for free, he got it for free. You paying all this money, and just for a fantasy for her, you spend all this money, which is actually not even an Israelite tradition, really, because when you go to the scriptures, they don't really speak about no rings on no women like that. Marriage, thou shalt present a ring upon her finger, and thou shalt get on one knee, and thou shalt bow before the court of the judge, and he's gonna sanctify your marriage. Like that's not his business to tell me when I could kiss the bride. Now thou shalt kiss the bride. The bride is my woman. Here it is. Why you gotta wait for the old devil to tell you? And by the power vested in me in the state of Pennsylvania, I shall decree you husband and wife. Now that's wicked. That's all wicked. So now when she wants to leave you, she go to that same white man and say, well, I want half of his, or I want a big percentage of his resources, his substance. That's why I said, let her not set, give her soul not unto her, lest she set her foot upon that substance. You know, okay, because really in a marriage, in an honorable marriage, she's supposed to be part of your inheritance, your substance. The daughters of Zion are inheritance, man. So they're supposed to be in a marriage contract with their men, not parading around for the world to see out there like Meg the Stallion, because our women are fine, our women are crazy, you got all of our women out there, whoring themselves out, to the nations, which that's what we fall into as a people, so that's how marriage is not a thing no more. And that's how the crumbling of society, man, because the structure of the house is not there. So the generation, the youth that's coming up, they actually become worse and worse than, and, that's why it says menstruous women bring forth monsters. Second 5 and 8. It says that menstruous women shall bring forth monsters, untimely children, these are some creatures, ghoulish creatures, that's sprung forth out of a unlawful bed, they just they come out of the womb ready to kill, ready to ready to rob a store or something, but that ready to do some damage, to the, but that's the cold world we live in, because they didn't experience no love from their environment where they live in. They live in a weird, fucked up environment with poverty. So again, marriage, it leads to heartbreak and poverty, man. The man, all he gets is the short end of the stick and poverty when it comes to these marriages. But you put your heart into this woman. You because a man really love his woman. You remember that R. Kelly song? When a woman loves, that's a bad song. He said, when a woman, that's a bad song. But actually, when a man really loves, because a man really loves very deep, a true man, a father, he loves very deep, because as the brother, it says that the wife is the possession, right? If a one man get a possession, he's a pillar of rest, a wife, right? So that's a possession. That's you love your possession, man. It become a part of you. That's why it says a man shall cleave to his woman, and they shall become one flesh. You're gonna dig in your woman, and y'all become one flesh. That's the consummation of the marriage. The word consummation means to be made one or made whole. Right? Let's get that. The consummate, to bring to completion, finish by completing what was intended. To some, make up complete. Yeah, a woman without a man is incomplete. She's incomplete. She needs to be fulfilled. Her joy is in her man. Her joy is in her husband. That's why you see the older woman with cats by themselves, just messed up, and because they desire to have children or a man, or both. Of course, both. Because without a man, you really you're lost. And that's why there's a plague of I'm saying, single motherhood and all that, and that just leads to the downfall of society. I'm saying, because the father absent, and that's the curse. That's part of the curses. So instead of being your possession, she take your possessions. Instead of taking care of you, she try to take your possessions. She set her foot upon your substance. Instead of being a pillar of rest to you, man. Okay, so a consummate is a consummate individual. So there's a verb form, bring to completion, but the adjective is a complete, perfect perfected estate. So a woman with a man is she's brought to her ultimate state. And that's why the serpent has seduced them to believe that they can do bad all by themselves. And that's the okie doke. That this devil, he played the okie doke. He's made it to where you're able to circumvent the man in a way in this world. But nevertheless, when all hell breaks loose, because right now the Russians are starting to rouse themselves up against Babylon. I'm saying the Russian Edomites, the Russian all the rest of these nations, they're starting to beat the war drums against this place. So we're around the time of Passover and all that, and the Lord is shortening the days for the elect's sake. So all these women that's out here, I'm saying, talking about they're too good to be a second wife, third wife, whatever the case may be, or they're too good to deal with brothers. Then they're gonna wish they was married to a man, a true man of the Lord, But they desire these niggas of the world. They desire a man with substance. Well, the truth is the ultimate substance. So they're gonna desire to be attached to you in that day, man. They're gonna desire to be attached to you. Brothers that are faithful in His word. Through thick and thin. That's who's gonna receive the reward. Jake talk about spiritual powers and women and all that. Well, you gotta remain faithful to the Lord. Prove yourself as the Lord's woman to the Lord, so you can actually experience what it's like to live, to actually have real women. And that's what the Lord has given us. Even on this side, He given us all that, man. So how much more? I'm saying, to them that believe and endure to the end. So anyway, Sirach 16:1. Design a multitude of unprofitable children, neither delight in ungodly sons. That's right. Because it's all about the elect. The elect. All right. So the importance of marriage, man. It says marriage, action of entering into wedlock, particular marital union, marriage, a union, wedlock. All right. But yeah, what's that union? The act of taking a young woman of marriageable age, you know what I'm saying, and turning her into a woman under your woman. She's your woman now. Whoa, she's your woman. Whoa, man. She's not some other man's field to plant. She's your woman to plant. But in this world, you need an exorbitant amount of money to take care of you and her and your kids. So so that's why you see all this weird shit going on. With this with these weird relationships. Jake is not married. Jake never marries, or the woman will have kids by all these different niggas because she's trying to get the government to be her father, or her daddy. So they just continue to play the system and all this, but the marriage has been destroyed. And even if they do get married, they see it as an out. They see it as it's an easy way out. Oh, I just get a divorce. Nobody's gonna judge me, and I could just move on, and I can still get paid off of this. So it's a win-win for all of them. And the courts milk it. The courts milk that shit. They love that shit. They love to garnish your wages and shit. Brothers get their wages garnished. Brothers get thrown under the bus. In the court system, you're standing before the judge, and they up there, they slandering you in front of the, on the Zoom call, all kind of shit, man. So it's a dirty world we live in. It's created for them. But you brothers out there, what I'm saying, that's why you gotta watch yourself, and really you gotta wait to the other side really to enjoy your fruits, or at least till all hell break loose. the you never sign a contract that doesn't, you can't really get out of a benefit. It has its benefits, but it has more downsides than anything else. Especially when you start to make yourself some money in this world, you know. But in terms of us here, you know, it's just best for us to not involve the devil in our affairs, not involve him in our in the marriage bed, man, and y'all dealings. Because when this devil gets involved, man, he always gonna take her sides to destroy you. You know, he don't want to see you get them kids, because he want to see them babies and them boys, them little boys. He want to see your boys turn feminine. That's why he give the custody to the mama. Because if they're with the dad, they'll turn feminine. But then they'll give the jobs all to them, but then they'll give you a hard time, you know, so that you won't have the funds to give on to your children and take care of them and be able to be there and be like a single dad because y'all broke up or whatever. But see, that's the thing with this world. They want to keep them boys feminine and keep the girls a hoe. When the father's not around, the girl turned to a hoe. All right. When the father's not around, the boy turned to a little mo, and the girl turned to a hoe. How about that? That's the way of the world. Like the whisper said, lost and turned out. They lost and turned out because their daddy ain't around. Okay. And their father needs to put their foot down and educate her on the ways of the world. And look, that's why arranged marriages was a thing in the ancient world, because you arrange a marriage with a man. Look, I like this man right here. I like this brother, and I want this brother to take my wife, to wife my daughter right here, my little youngest one. I think they'll make a proper union, and they bring forth children, and y'all come to an agreement at a price. All right, and then he makes a vow. Okay, well, I'll give her land, this and that, inheritance, and then she could take you could take her to wife. An agreement upon between the father and the man, and that's order. That's a beautiful thing, and that's a woman that's be taken care of. And more than likely, you know, they always depict it as some old guy, some old little nasty looking motherfucker, but that's not the case. You know, not all the time. You know, some old, you know, the man would he just sell you away to some. That's great. Who don't want to be desired like that and be taken care of? And, you know what I'm saying? In this world, you get passed around like a fucking hors d'oeuvre. You get passed around like a petri dish, and you think that's acceptable? You think that's romantic? they talk about romance and all this shit. Well, you think that's healthy for your psyche? You know what I'm saying? For the young damsel, you see, you gotta look at the woman when she's at a young age. She's very tender and delicate. You know, she's very happy. When she gets beat up by the damn world, become dark and putrefied. You know, but see, you gotta get her, you know, while she's young, so that you could keep her intact and won't be ruined by the damn world. And that's for her sake too. So marriage is an honorable thing, man. Marriage is a beautiful thing in terms of when it's kept in the biblical sense. But when it's this worldly damn Kim Kardashian marriage, because that's what the world is, just some damn Kim Kardashian shit. Just 72 days, I'm gonna get married and I'm gonna get divorced, or you're gonna spend, you know, for the papers. You're getting married for the papers, and then y'all end up having kids. The kids end up suffering. You know, the children, it's really for the little ones. You get married to have really little ones and continue the legacy of the man. All right, but in this world, you can't really do that, because the legacy is of the legacy. They try to destroy your legacy, man. They try to destroy your manhood. They try to take a man. The scripture says you should not oppress a man his heritage, man. You know, so that's all order. When a man is entering into his woman and plants the seed up in her, that's a righteous thing according to the Lord. And then when the marriage is continued and she remains loyal with that man, they build forth a family, and them children are blessed to have both parents, and that's a beautiful thing. So then that's how the nation grows, because the man will have 1, 2, 3, 4 wives, and it would be a spiritual thing. They will all learn and grow up under that one man. That's called, or what they call, polygamy in this world. But this is a normal thing in this world. Is some seem as something crazy. Oh, that's crazy. That's wild. That's evil. That's perverse. Well, that's just the way that the Israelites kept, especially the kings of Israel and the kingdom. That's how it's gonna go. In this world, that's a concept that's wild, but that's better than the whoredom that goes on today, right? Sirach 7:25. Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter. Give her to a man of understanding. Yeah, give her to a man of understanding, man. Don't let her fall into this cycle of prostitution, this cycle of hoeing. Because this is a cycle of hoeing that's going on, man. You know how many young girls out there selling a box for a few shekels? They out there, and there's a young, beautiful, women that could be wives to some men, but that's the last thing that crossed their mind, to serve a man. You gotta serve a man. You gotta learn. The scripture say, learn how to please great men. Well, yeah, man, the woman needs to learn how to serve her man. She needs to learn how to help the man instead of take his possessions, instead of cause him grief and heartbreak and jail time. Here it is, your ass in jail because of her or something like that. You got cases because of her. You got a restraining order. Why she put a restraining order on you? Why she call the cops on you? Why was she like? Hey, you seen the story, right, of that one guy? I think it was like a Issachar or something like that. And yeah, the dude, his woman called the cops on him. Oh no. She put a Facebook post to the opposition, and they put it out there, and they came out and they shot his ass in the chest 5 times. So just go to show you that she wasn't helping that man. She thought she was doing him a solid or something. She thought she was like digging him up or something. Or what? She wanted him dead. Who knows? But at the end of the day, that's what they're saying. So how many stories you hear about this? I'm not saying that they're all like that. Of course not. But at the end of the day, this just goes to show you that this is just hell, Babylon. Pure hell. And arranged marriages were a good thing, because a man would deal with a woman in order, and you as a father would have peace of mind, because you get to choose. In today's world, you don't have control. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have you have a daughter, right? Man, this is why I don't have children, because here it is, you don't have any control, any really say so on her like that. Like, if you really get the whooping that ass, like, they'll try to get you arrested, man. If you discipline them, tell them right from wrong, the schools try to step in, or something will happen. The mama or some shit, they'll try to get in the way. You gotta let the father do some instructing, correcting. You gotta let the father correct the boy, especially the boy, the young man. All right. Without a father, your life is very difficult. You have a tumultuous life, a strenuous, arduous, you know what I'm saying, dreadful life, man. A life full of dread. It's a harder existence, but and you have a high chance of being a mo, because that's how you grow up around these women and shit like that, and the women put a weird vibration on you, even if you don't try to, if you try It's just that vibration. The vibration is around. That's what, whatever you grow up around. You grow up around some gangsters. And, you grow up around some some Christians. That's how you gonna be. Until you grow up out of it, or whatever. But man's goings of the Lord. So in today's world, divorce is at a high rate. Because it's incentivized. Why won't you get divorced? Why wouldn't you get divorced if you know you're gonna get paid for it? If I know that I'm gonna get paid for doing something, why would I think about, oh, damn, at the end of the day, if shit goes left, I get paid. But if it works, I get taken care of. I mean, either way, I win. So what's the burden of performance? Like, who cares? What happens? The man's got the burden of performance. He take all the blame, and he don't get any of the rewards. It's a lose-lose for you and a win-win. Because really, a woman's supposed to be a win. Everybody's supposed to be happy for you. That you getting married. You watch the movies. All them guys when they get married. It's a big celebration. And all that. It's supposed to be a beautiful thing, but in today's world, it's like a thing that everybody avoids, which show you that's a sad world you live in. It's a downward spiral. It's a messed up. It's messed up. That's a dark, grim reality. Us growing up, I never even thought about that shit. I never thought about that, which is wrong. Which is wrong, because in a righteous society, you would be thinking about it, man. All right, so marry that daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter, but give her to a man of understanding. Give her to a man of knowledge. And that man will consummate that woman. Make her full. And really guide her in the way of the Lord, right? Make a proper woman out of her, man. So Hebrews 13:4, marriage is honorable in all, and the bed is undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers, the Most High will judge. Yeah, so it's an honorable thing, man. That's why the Lord will kill you for popping another man's woman, desecrating that man's woman. That's a filthy thing. To go over there stomping in another man's grounds. No matter how easy it may be in this world for, if you have this, because they're bragging about it in this world, that's a shameful thing. The scripture say be ashamed of whoredom before a father and mother, and a lie before a prince and a mighty man. So that's a shameful thing, man. These women brag about it, or the rappers, they bragging about it. R&B, they're bragging about it. Proverbs 22:6. But you should learn that as a child. In this world, you don't learn nothing except being a little deviant, a little criminal. It says, Proverbs 22:6, train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. That's right. Sirach 30:1, he that loveth his son, cause him oft to feel the rod, and that he may have joy of him. And yeah, and there's no discipline and no structure, and it's all a setup, man. As we spoke about the politicians and all that. Well, you know what I'm saying? The politicians and the elites are the ones that set up these laws to favor baby girl. Even though, you have a profound love for your woman, she may or may not use the system against you, at any given moment. And that's a harsh reality. And that's why the devil, being as cunning and conniving and slithery as this motherfucker is, he knows this. He knows a man is jealous over his woman. That's his woman. That's where he staked he put his flag. So here it is. Why would this devil weaponize her against you and use her? Because he wanted to destroy you, man. This devil wanted to destroy you because this devil, you know what? He's a homosexual. This devil is he likes to dip in the other on the other side, with little children and all that. He doesn't believe in marriage. You see these white families, they're a dysfunctional mess. The dad likes to wear drag and all kind of shit. The mama, she got party with black men. She got party with black men. This is the way it goes, man. She's sleeping with the black man at the office because that's what they really desire. They desire a black man or a Latino man, Armando. That's what they desire, Armando. You know, tall, masculine looking Mexican man. You know, handsome Venezuelan man. That's what they want. They don't want no goddamn cracker, man. All right. They want a Latin lover. That's what they that's what they want, man. All right. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 24 says they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another treacherously and grieved him by adultery. Yeah, your own woman will kill your ass to take your life insurance. And she'll plot with your lover, man. With her lover. They'll make a little pact, man. Just like what happened with O.J. Simpson. That's why O.J. Simpson killed them motherfuckers, man. You know, because she was committing adultery, even though they will say she's divorced. That's your woman, man. I don't care what nobody say. That's your woman, man. Oh, they're separated. That's always gonna be your woman. The first man put himself up in there. That's the woman. That's the love. That's his love. That's what they say. That's the love of your life. Well, that's your woman, man. You know what I mean? So when you deal with your woman, another man come up in there and try to defile that. That's unconstitutional. Well, this devil, he don't believe in the law, and he tell you, and that's another reason why this place got to be destroyed. He tell you that how many women you can have and all this stuff. That's slavery. You know, that's slavery because he don't have no say so. You know, between you and your woman. That's there should be riots in the street about that, man. You know, as they're rioting for like reproductive rights and all this shit. Well, why are they not rioting for a man rights, man? A man rights don't goddamn matter to them. They'll kill you in the street, or they'll put their knee on your neck, and you know, don't care about your rights. They care about her rights more than you. You know, her right to abort your child. You see, that's how it goes. The right for them to abort your child. Isn't that your child? That's your seed. That's your son, and that's your seed line coming back. You know. But they don't care about that. They care about her. You know, and oh, my body, my choice, and all this shit. You know. But she's killing another body. What about their choice? They ain't got no choice. Their choice is to just get put to death. You know, and whatever. You know. That's why it says, Wisdom Solomon 14:24. They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another treacherously or grieved him by adultery. Yeah, man. You know, marriage is not honorable. You can just go and abort your child if you mad at the at the man. You know, whatever. I'm not saying that, you know, obviously we know balance. You know, the man's not always perfect, but the point is that, you know, this is an unrighteous society, man. Like, you know, and they don't make nothing better. You know, the families, they don't raise these women the right way, even though, you know, you get the best with the worst. But at the end of the day, man, a man got to have total control of his woman, man. All right. And because that's his possession and she's supposed to be in order. She's supposed to be talking about no divorce. As a matter of fact, let's read the word for divorce. Okay. Marriage is an honorable thing. A divorce is an unrighteous thing. Really, if you think about it, because the Lord told you not to put away your wife, you know. And why he say that? You know, because y'all supposed to be heirs of life together. Y'all supposed to move, you know, and because when she go and deal with another man, that's adultery. That's an adulterous act. So divorce is a legal dissolution or departing from a bond of marriage. All right. A severing of ties. What's it to sever? To cause a separation, division, put apart, or restrict from seeing one another, go asunder, or move apart. Right? Divorce, put away and abandon. The woman, when you search the scripture, it never say that she could divorce her man. It never say that. It never give her, oh, you could divorce your husband, because that mean that she turned to a hoe. You know. But At the end of the day, in this world, it's gonna happen where it's separations. And, you're gonna leave your man. Things are gonna happen. You know, the Lord's gonna, have you uh, in a condition so that the woman can also see what's righteous and what's unrighteous. Because at the end of the day, a lot of them are depressed because they know what the hell they've done. They've been divorcing all the kind of men and doing all kind of dirt. A lot of them, they'd regret their decisions that they made because of the lack of a father or the lack of a righteous society. Because all these people are fucked up, no matter how it may seem. They try to present a perfect image to the world, but see, the Lord said, "Them that confess their faults, their sins to everybody's trying to play a fucking role that they not." But the Lord says, "Sincere heart, let your life be sincere." Sirach 5:10. So anyway, you come to the Lord with a sincere heart, and you see these people that get divorced quick, and they just like break up their marriages and shit like that, and they don't really, because they're not sincere towards one another. They don't really give a shit about their kids. Fuck the kid, fuck them kids. I don't like this nigga. Whatever. Like you gotta think about the child, man. You gotta think about the child. You gotta think about, what I'm saying, yourself, the Most High. See, when you fear the Most High, when you fear the Most High, you won't do certain things. You ain't just gonna walk out on your family, man. Scripture speak about you being an infidel if you provide not for your own, right? So it's 1 Timothy 5 and verse 7. And these things give in charge that you may be blameless. If any man provide not for his own, especially of those of his own house, he have denied the faith and is worse than the infidel. And the infidel, man, someone that don't believe. All right, he that provide not for his own is like an infidel, like a deadbeat. So the Most High, he's not a deadbeat. He's not gonna leave us behind when it's time come. And you, as the scriptures say, you shall be as your Father in heaven. You can't be a deadbeat. You got to look after your children. That's why marriage is an honorable thing. And it's not about just going around and fulfilling the lust of the flesh. At the end of the day, you got to take care of business. All right. I tell you myself, I never had no children, brother. I never had no children, and I never even came close because I always took care of business. I always took care of business, man. All right. But we all have scares from time to time. But because you have to be very sure about being a father, man. You gotta be prepared, at all levels, because that child gonna need you, man. And these motherfucking people out here, they act like they just willy-nilly have children and shit. They just do whatever they want to do. Oh, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go there, and leave my children, in some other place, with some random people. And that's off, man. Especially as a mother, they women rather shake their ass and shit for random niggas. Take care of their own seed, man. They don't. They want the kid. They don't want the father. They don't even take care of their themselves, less the child. Right. So it says, verse 9: Let not a widow be taken in the number under 80 years old, having been the wife of one man, or reported of good works if she have brought up children, if she have lost strangers, if she have washed the saints' feet, if she have relieved the afflicted, if she have diligently followed every good work. But the younger widows refuse, for when they begun to wax wanton against Yahushua, they were married, having damnation because they have cast off the first faith. And withal they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers also, and busybodies, speaking things which they ought not to. I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, and guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully, for some have already turned aside unto Satan. All right. So yeah, man, that's why a woman's supposed to be married, man, not be out here fucking jumping from man to man, jumping from doctrine to doctrine, philosophy to philosophy, club to club, house to house. You know, she's supposed to be stable. One of the keys is her stability. The scripture say Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times and the strength of thy salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So um, that knowledge and wisdom resides in a man, a true man. You know, they don't reside in yourself, by yourself. You know, because here it is. You know, the scriptures do speak about the woman that by herself. You know, and there's a small percentage of them that they, you know, they, but that's not the ideal thing. The scriptures say what if the woman be unmarried, she's her prayer to the Lord, right? You know, she'll 1 Corinthians 7, right? Actually, let's read it, man. Um, when she's unmarried, because the unmarried woman, you know, she give her time to the Lord, you know, but she's not complete, she's not whole, you know. It says 1 Corinthians 7:34. If there is a difference also between a wife and a virgin, the unmarried woman careth for the things of the Lord, that she may be holy both in body and spirit. But she that is married careth for the things of the world, how she may please her husband. Now, if her husband is of the Lord, she care for both. She cares for both, right? How she may please her husband, right? And this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you for that which is comely, and that you may attend upon the Lord without distraction. If any man think he behave himself uncomely towards his virgin, if she pass the flower of her age, and so need require, let him do what he will. He sinneth not, let them marry. All right. So, yeah, man, you know, it says that the unmarried woman care for the things of the Lord. But ultimately, if she really fears the Lord, she's going to seek after a true man that's going to help her serve the Lord in perfection and true, you know, because she's not whole by herself. She needs a man, just like us. We're not. They are sick, need not a physician. You just study a woman by herself. She's sick. You know, it's a sad thing. She, you know, she just, you know, she's a vulnerable creature, man. You know, they need your protection. You know, because they was created for you. That's your glory. That's why a man get jealous over his woman. You know, they'll say, "Ah, that's insecure." Bitch, shut up. Shut up, man. That's a man, brother. A man's gonna get angry over his woman, man. A man's gonna get angry over his woman, and don't nobody get between a man and his woman, because you'll get put to death, nigga. That's a man and his woman. How many times you seen people getting between a man and his woman, they get put to death? Because that's not your fucking jurisdiction, man. You stick your nose where it don't concern you, then you. That's why the scripture say you should not be innocent, man, or not many matters, man. You know, you over there worried about what a man's doing with his woman, unless it's blatantly obvious. You know, he out there doing some adult films and shit with your woman and posting it and shit. You know, hey, you've seen on YouTube where these people do the shorts, and they'll sit there and they'll, like, you know, there'll be a couple, the Learys or, you know, the Johnsons or whatever, and you know, they're holding hands or whatever, or they're doing some skit where the girl will, like, do some, like, she'll show herself, you know, she's a good looking woman, and that's her husband will film her, and they'll do some nasty shit, but it'll be some playful family shit, you know. But that's you prostituting your wife, man. Your wife ain't supposed to be some, like, commodity that y'all use for, you know, because that's the ones that get the views. When the people on the site or on the comments, they'll say, "Oh, look at your girl. You're so beautiful. You're a lucky man. All them dudes are lusting after your woman. You know, get a little Latina woman or, you know, a so-called black woman. You know, they'll be with their husband, and the man will, like, film her all in the house, how she dressed and all this, you know, and you know, she'll be doing some, like, wifey type things, and like they'll use it as a skit, and they'll get a bunch of views, man, and a lot of them couples be getting a lot of views, man. They be getting a lot of income and money. Even that one chick from IUIC, she be doing that stuff, man. Well, not in that sense, but she sell the femininity thing and all that, which at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. But I don't agree. I wouldn't do no shit like that. I wouldn't put my woman on Front Street so other niggas can start lusting after her, or them. Look at my four wives. Then nobody would be seeing my women, man, like that, man. All right, if you see me in public or something with my women or something, that's it. But I ain't going out there like I'm gonna show them and shit. Look at this. Look, like what's this dude, Nature Boy? That's all vanity. And at the end of the day, or your woman is a prized possession. She ain't supposed to be. You ain't supposed to walk outside with all your money in a briefcase and show it to everybody and shit. So they just start robbing you. But that's how this world is. Whatever you have, they try to take from you. So you ain't supposed to put your woman out there and pimp her out. Scripture say, prostitute not your daughter, lest the land fall to whoredom. So yeah. So the marriage is an honorable thing, man. It's a good thing, for all parties involved, for the children. You know what I'm saying, for the babies. For her, for you, and the Most High, is in agreements. It is in agreement with this. The Most High views it favorably, if you will. The Most High is pleased with this, man. Okay. Oh, and we're to marry our own women. The other nations, we're not to make covenants with them. Yeah, because a marriage is a covenant. A marriage is a covenant. Deuteronomy 7:1. When the Lord thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, thou shalt cast out many nations from before the Hittites, the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, Perizzites, Hivites, Jebusites, and 7 other nations greater and mightier than thou. When the Lord thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. And thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show them no mercy. Neither shalt thou make marriages unto them, nor give thy daughter. Thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shall thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will they anger the Lord, be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. But thus shalt thou deal with them. Thou shalt destroy their altars and break down their images, and cut down their groves and burn their graven images with fire. For thou art holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all the people that are upon the face of the earth. That's right. So you shall make no marriages unto them. You're not supposed to you supposed to deal with them after the manner of concubines. You deal with them at your leisure, at your pleasure. And you have a lot of fun. The woman was created for you to have fun with the woman, man. The man's always thinking about a woman, man. At the end of the day, that's how a man that's not thinking about a woman is either he's a very strong eunuch, a stoic for the word's sake, or he's just a mope. It's either one of the two, because a normal man is gonna think about women all the time. And we're not normal men, so we have the blessing of being able to control these things, and live without the damn woman. But if it wasn't for that case, you'll be like a fucking hungry dog, unable to control your thirst, like a vampire. Give me. That's why the scriptures say in Deuteronomy 21st chapter, 22nd chapter, I believe, speaks about the Grape Law, because a man would take a woman back in the ancient world. You don't have Instagram or something like that. You don't have these sites where a man satiate his needs. Nah, you would just see a damsel, man. You would take her if she wasn't betrothed. See, in this world, these women have too much protection and too much they think that like they're going around this world thinking like shit is sweet. And in the real world, you wouldn't have this like freedom to do what you want to do. And you'll be getting attacked by all these different men out there looking all promiscuous and shit. Looking all looking all tasty. That's how the men will devour your ass, and that's how all hell break loose. The man gonna be ravishing these women. You know, they're gonna be devouring these young damsels. You know, because that's just the nature. That's how the dogs in them do it. You know, and you see how civilized people are when all hell breaks loose. We'll see how civilized they are. See how cult and how much they have of an etiquette. You know, and these people ain't gonna have no etiquette. There'll be no such thing as a 51st dates. Adam Sandler, and no more Adam Sandler. No more of this no bullshit. You know, you gotta spend. You gotta buy the ring, 100K ring. How big is the ring? You know, that's another thing too. You know, they're over there asking how big the ring is. You know, and they're trying to compare each. Oh well, he didn't spend that much, so he must not care that much. You know, as if a man care with his wallet. You know, the only time they spend money is to, it's because they have to. But that's not because that mean he love you more, this or that. You know, that's some whorish prostitution shit. Because a man shouldn't need to pay for your devotion, even though yes, during the marriage he must pay your father a certain disclosed amount for your services and for your hand in marriage, I should say. But other than that, it's not you that he's going over there. You know how much, Now you did have Genesis 38th chapter, but Tamar and Big Judah, he did agree with her for a price. He said, how much are you entering onto me? Actually, let's get that Genesis 38, which that's how some of the tribes came through. So you gotta take that into consideration. That's the history of our people. Genesis 38:1, it says, "And it came to pass at the time that Judah went down from his brethren and turned to a certain Adulamite whose name was Hirah. And Judah saw there a daughter of a Canaanite whose name was Shua. And he took her and went on to her." And that's how Judah get down. It says, "And she conceived and bare a son called And she conceived again and bare a son called Onan. And she again conceived and has bearing a son called Selah. And she was at Chezib when she bare with him. And Judah took a wife for his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord slew him. And Judah said unto Onan, Go into thy brother's wife and marry her, and raise up seed to thy brother, kinsman redeemer," right? Like in the book of Ruth. Verse 9, and Onan knew that the seed should not be his, and it came to pass when he went unto his brother's wife that he spilled onto the ground, lest that he should give his seed to his brother. And the thing which he did displeased the Lord, wherefore he slew him also. Then said Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, "Remain a widow at thy father's house, till Selah be grown. For he said, lest peradventure he die also, for what his brethren did." And Tamar went and dwelt in his father's house. Verse 12, "And in process of time, the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died, and Judah was comforted and went up into his sheep shearers to Timnah, and he and his friend Hirah the Adulamite. And it was told unto Lamar, saying, Behold, thy father-in-law goeth to Timnah to shear his sheep. And she put off her widow's garments off of her, and covered her with a veil, and wrapped herself and sat in an open place, which is by the way to Timnath, for she saw that Selah was grown, and she was not given unto him to wife. When Judah saw her, he thought her to be a harlot, because she had covered her face. And he turned unto her by the way, and said, Go to thee, I pray, let me come in unto thee. For he knew not that she was his daughter-in-law. And she said, What wilt thou give me, that thou mayest come in unto me? And he said, I will send thee a kid from the flock. And she said, Wilt thou give me a pledge till thou send it? Did she say, Wilt thou give me a ring? Wilt thou, all my single ladies? Did she say, Wilt thou give me a ring? No, she said, Wilt thou give me a pledge? All right, he said, 18 verse, And what pledge shall I give thee? And she said, Thy signet, thy bracelets, thy staff that is in thy hand. Okay, that's a tradition of our ancient forefathers to have a staff. All right. that is in thine hand, and he gave it to her, and came in unto her, and she conceived by him. Okay, and she arose and went and laid upon the veil from her, and put on the garments of her widowhood. And Judah sent the kid by the hand of his friend, the Adulamite, to receive his pledge from the woman's hand, but he found her not. Right. So, just a little slight history, but yeah, that's how Judah got down like that, man. All right, and that's an ancient tradition. A woman, you know what I'm saying, you had to give the father some shekels, man, 50 shekels, 50 shades of gray. To get 50 shades of gray, you got to pay the father 50 shekels, man. But that's your wife. See, not no random like jump off hope. That's your woman, man, and the woman be taken care of, man. You know, the woman will be, you know what I'm saying, that's the proper order of a marriage, man. You know, in this world, you got all kind of weird moisms going on, man, because a woman being passed around, that's a mo activity. Because you ain't supposed to go spreading your seed and mixing seeds and shit. That's what it's called, pollution. That's called STDs. That's where you get gonorrhea and all that shit from, man. And syphilis and all this crazy nonsense. Because all kind of men up there thrusting their hips in this woman, talking about rhythm, you know, like Benji said, man. You know, Benji, all these different tribes, man. They all full of it, man. They all live in this cesspool of adultery, man. You know, and that, you know, the tribes, they don't have marriage at the forefront of their life. They don't have the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, nor do they have the sanctity of marriage, so they don't keep it. That's why all these children, these kids are suffering at a great alarming rate, you know. Even the generation before, you know, or even our generation, and especially these new kids, because these little young hoes, they all over the place with these little gangster niggas that's just leaving them behind. And then you see all kind of just dysfunction. You know what I mean? In our community. What you call a community? You know, this ain't no that damn community. All right. All the people are against each other. And niggas are killing niggas at an alarming rate. All right, man. But anyways, you know, with that, I say, call Laim La Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, great millstone, peace, and salutation to the elect, man. Marriage is an honorable thing. You know, you as a woman, you shouldn't be waiting until you're 45 years old to get married to some man. You know, after you didn't give your best years to the streets, man, to the world, like to yourself. You're supposed to. The scriptures say a man is good for a man to bear the yoke in his youth. Well, a woman's supposed to bear her yoke in the youth. Well, that's a man. Supposed to take care of that man and be with that man from her youth. That's a good woman right there, man. You know, she put herself unto the service of the Lord. She put herself to the service of her man. You know, that's how she served the Lord. I'm a servant of the Most High. Well, a servant of the Most High gonna do the will of the Father, right? Well, that's a will of the Father for a woman to be in subjection to her husband. You know, in subjection and total obedience to her husband, man. As we're supposed to be in obedience to the Father, right? That's all proper order, man. But anyway, yeah, with that, let's say shalom. All right, shalom.